We'll be quickly swapping that around as things do kick off. It is going to be an initial push going in favor of the Renegades, trying to find their way into some attacking pressure. Oh, that did not take long for Kami to get that first goal right there. Kami actually wanting to watch this replay, as you can see. It was just a nice little light redirect, able to get it in. There we go. Team logos on the right side. Alrighty, 1-0 lead for the Renegades right now, and that's what we were expecting. Fever, a chance to style as CJ went for the bump. Unable to find it on the tail end of it all. Another touch from CJ across the middle. Lethal actually gets bumped out of the play from CJ. CJ being very bumpy very early in this one, trying to open some doorways. That's something you want to see. Zaid still able to find that clear. CJ able to fall all the way back, makes the touch off the backboard, but loses control of the ball as it did hit the roof. From underneath, you have Ben trying to do something right there. Wound up in CJ's possession. Lethal swings and misses. Pass across the middle. Ben gets there, trying to push it back over to Zaid. Challenge won by Kami. Fever tried to follow it up. Not quite able to get there, yet still the attacking pressure did come from CJ. Nice little flick from Ben. Kami, though, able to outpace him and get to that ball next. And the Renegades are looking so fast right now. If there's anything that is standing out to me, it's just how quick they are attacking the ball from any angle. Mindfreak really seem unable to establish themselves yet in this game. Zaid's going to pop one up, and for the first time ever, Mindfreak actually kind of Renegades actually let that ball get some distance down the field before starting to disrupt it. As we continue along with this one, ball in the corner right now. Fever with the chance. We'll push it towards the box. Zaid from underneath throws up that bit of a lobber. Kami is able to catch it. Pass across over to CJ. Ball spiked down low. Fever swings. Fever misses and should get that second touch as well. And that's what I mean about the speed. Fever actually fakes out the ball right there. Is still able to recover and get to it before anyone from Mindfreak is able to find it first. Lethal. Touch into the corner. CJ will collect and actually flicks it over the top of Ben, who still gets that bump on CJ, but CJ wasn't the one who wanted it. He wanted it to get to Fever, who threw it back to CJ, who throws it back forward to Fever. The pass plays in motion for Renegades, and I mean, for Fever, that's really good. The fact that they're starting to pass, the fact that they're starting to gel right now, Fever's going to find success on this team. You have to adjust to that pass game, and Lethal, however, is going to get the goal, and it was over the top of Fever, I believe, as well. Over the top of his teammate right there, puts that one in. 1-1 game for the sides in this. Ben off of that kickoff tries to establish something. Kami eventually will take it away. CJ from underneath loses out to Lethal for the time being. Fever from above. Didn't even see where he came from right there. Tried to spike it down to CJ, who unfortunately couldn't turn that into the shot. Ben actually stifled by CJ right there. Look how close the Renegades are playing to the goal, though, constantly. Mindfreak just struggling to get any semblance of defensive touches, and that leads to a Kami shot off the post and not in. And that's going to be a little bit disappointing for Kami for sure right there. That net was wide open, and he went for the post shot, just unable to put it through. And finally, it looks like Mindfreak is going to be able to get some midfield boost for to push up the field. Zaid stops CJ from finding that clear, but here comes Kami, as it won't get too far. Also, fun fact, this isn't just necessarily a story of Fever going up against his old team. Zaid, for a majority of this RLCSX season, actually has been listed as the Renegade sub. So it's almost like it was a trade in this, Zaid for Fever. And while in paper and in theory, you know, that would look like to be a beneficial trade for Renegades. Fever, obviously one of the strongest players in the region. Zaid is no slouch either, and I think there's going to be something from Zaid to prove as well in this matchup. So hopefully we get to see Zaid, you know, get a little more ambitious on the attack, a little bit more consistent, I should say. Defensively, Zaid still looking really good. I mean, you can see with that pass right there, Ben tries to follow it up, but Kami, not wanting to let him have it, is going to go for that intercept. Through the corner we go. CJ looks to throw it down. Fever with the touch, but won't be able to push it back. Under 90 seconds remaining. As we see Zaid looking to challenge against Fever right now. Does get that ball all the way to the backboard. Pass back. Ben looking, but not able to strike. Through the corner we go. Lethal actually gets a nice touch. Ben has a chance, but Kami going to be too quick on that defensive side of the field. Stops it for now. Bounce shot, but not accurate. 105 still to go. Kami with the chance to take the lead, and I'm not sure Zaid wanted to hit that one. Looked like Ben had a really nice angle on that. Either way, though, play is going to go into the opposite corner as Zaid still is going to try to play through that one. Flicks it up. CJ forced to fall back, but Kami will cut it off mid-pitch. Kami, in particular, has just been everywhere so far in this game, as too has been CJ. These two looking very on sync. In fact, there's that pass. Kami to CJ. Shot's going to be disrupted by Zayd, however. Ben wanted to commit for the defensive intercept. It does lead to a double commit eventually. Both Lethal and Ben in the corner. Ben will get a nice touch, though, off of the challenge. Crosses up the pitch, gets a second touch into that corner. Here comes the shot. Not quite there, and with Lethal cheating underneath, this could be the Renegades on the counterattack. Fever able to find Kami, but unable to get that ball to the backboard. 20 seconds remaining. Kami puts up a little lobber. Lethal already in his face to challenge for it. Ben's going to try to follow it through, but CJ keeps it down low. Zayd looking to fall back for the time being. Has to get a touch. Does so. Tries to connect over to Ben. Won't find it. Fever holds the ball in place. It's a meatball, and Kami is hungry, but still only gets it just to the backboard. Doesn't get it quite on the plate. As with 0 seconds remaining, well, Rhaegar, you wanted overtime. I think you're about to get it. Ball hits the ground, and we got ourselves a game 1 overtime. Hey, Guru, how are you doing? 1-1 game overtime. Mindfreak versus Renegades. Win and in that top 8. Lethal with a big demo on CJ. Fever from underneath will keep the ball in the corner. Now looks to follow it through, but Zayd in position to challenge. Ben goes up, puts a small bit of pressure on, but not quite enough. CJ, deep lob right there that Fever had a look at, but won't be able to come down with. Now he's going to chase that ball up the side of the pitch. CJ swings. CJ waits for the backboard to actually properly collect that ball. Dribble across the pitch. Eventually, Ben will go up for it, looking for Zayd underneath. Not quite able to find it just yet. As we see Kami now going to get some attacking pressure for the Renegades. We haven't seen much attacking pressure for the Renegades, actually, since the start of this game. It's been a lot of Mindfreak. Ben with the double. Puts it away, and Mindfreak goes up 1-0 in this series. Oh, my. We're watching this one again. Ben. It was a cross-up spike. That is not okay. We are clipping that. And also, Guru, thank you so much for the sub, my dude. Thank you. Oh, that means a lot. Holy crap, 2 subs today. That's crazy. Thank you. Off of that goal as well. I mean, look, if any shot is going to be worthy of a sub, I think that one's going to be it. That was fantastic. So we're looking to go straight into our next one. What? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Server went down. Maintenance. Okay, good. That gives me time, actually, to adjust the scoreboard. Was not expecting to put it a 1-0 from Mindfreak. Also, R3 Lax 888, Relax 888. There we go. I can speak. Lee, thank you so much for the follow, my man. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Oh my gosh, Guru. Also really appreciate that. Thank you each so much for tuning in. We're getting ready for game number 2. It is Mindfreak currently up 1-0 against the Renegades. I should have known Mindfreak would be going blue, actually. Like, it's the blue team. Renegades are kind of like the orangey red team. Yeah, they would do that, right? It would make sense. I still, slightly off topic here, I still really wish that teams were more okay with actually playing with team colors. Like, I know for Rocket League, you know, system is a very important thing. You want to stick with what you're comfortable with, and when you change up the colors, it can affect your vision on the ball. Like, very little minute things that actually make an impact at this level. It's why, you know, certain maps are just avoided. However, it would just be so cool to see, like, you know, the red and black Renegades versus the blue and white Mindfreak. That would just be so much fun. Either way, though, ball in the box right now. Renegades were kind of poking, kind of looking for a shot, but Mindfreak playing very loose on defense right now. They're just sort of sitting back, letting the Renegades come to them for the most part, so they're going to be able to hold on. Ben eventually does get that deep clear. Ball off that backboard. Zayd with a chance, going to keep that ball held up high. Actually goes for the second touch himself. Not quite with that same luster as one caveman Ben, but that's okay. Ben's still going to be able to put it in, and we got ourselves another 1-0 lead for Mindfreak at the end of that. Also, play nice, Privacy and Guru. Look. I know you guys are naming, so I'm not going to say that. But I got the sub. What can I say, Privacy? Guru felt it belonged to me on this day, and I am very thankful for it. Lethal for life in the corner. Actually going to lose out on that little chance to Kami. He's going to look to try to take it across the middle. Back pass to Fever. As he will hold that in the box. Shot coming from CJ. It's off the backboard. Kami's there. Puts one up, but not quite in. Lethal will instead play through the corner in his wake. CJ. Slow touch leads to a more powerful strike. Ben in the goal is going to be able to push that one out. Still plenty of time on the clock right now as Fever keeps that ball held in the corner. From underneath, Zayd tries to follow it up. Now Kami actually continues to play through the corner, but Lethal from behind is there. A 1-0 lead is very tough to hold on to against the Renegades, even with Fever in the lineup. In fact, possibly even more so. Because Fever's, I guess, is a different player. That was just too powerful from CJ. All right. So, like, when you're looking at the Renegades, you have to compare CJ, and Siki right now. Like, they are two, because that's sort of the change that we're seeing in the lineup. Fever isn't as much a power striker that you saw from Siki, but what Fever brings to the table, I think, is a lot more sort of ones mechanics, a lot more sort of like the dribble, the fake out. Fever loves going for the solo play, loves going for the ones play, loves going for flicks like that, which sets up CJ to put in another goal. And that right there is more of a Fever play than necessarily what would be a Siki play. And this is another element to this team that you have to be ready for. I mean, the flick forces Zayd to have that weak touch, and CJ is able to follow it through. That's good stuff coming from the Renegades right there. That's how they retake that lead. As Ben is hungry today, yeah, but so too are the Renegades. Lethal! Hello. Hello there, Lethal. How you doing? We're going to watch this one again. The dunk onto Fever. And both of Lethal's goals have gone over the top of Fever now in this series. I just want that to be noted. Oh, my goodness. The ex-coach, you know, kind of showing what it... Well, actually, no, the current coach, I should say. He's Fever's ex-coach. But just kind of showing a little bit how it's done. As Zayd is going to hold the middle field. Yeah, relax, Zayd. I think it's pretty good gameplay. I mean, these are two of the best Oceanic teams right now. The fact that Renegades beat Ground Zero to get here, I think, speaks volumes of where they are at with this new lineup, yet they are being taken it to by Mindfreak. Shot from Kami, not quite there. Fever with the follow-up, just needs to put it on target. Actually, by playing it off the backboard, does get both defenders to commit. Now comes the next shot from CJ, but the two defenders stay patient. And out of the box, you see that big clear from Lethal. Ball held in the corner right now. Ben able to keep it off that backboard. Going to look to connect to someone. Going to look to connect to anyone, but doesn't quite find what they are necessarily looking for just yet. A little bit of ping-pong action. Back and forth we go. Kami actually goes for the back pass to CJ in that corner, but Ben had the wherewithal to try to challenge right there. Doesn't actually succeed in what he was going for. I like the theory, just not the execution. At the moment, Lethal actually slows it down a bit. Oh, awkward commit from CJ. The ball does get behind Renegades, but it works out in their favor because Mindfreak pulled on it, and now Fever goes for the dribble. Cannot quite squeak it into that corner before Ben is able to come back for it. Zayd going to look to play a bit of setup out of said corner as well. Sets up Lethal, going for the pancake, but CJ, you know, just gets rid of the pan entirely. No cake for you. Is Ben. All right. Has time. Has a bit of boost to work with. Gets that ball. Tried to waterfall it down. Kami says not today. Dampens the waterfall. And with the ball bouncing off the backboard, CJ should have the read. Does have the read. And clears it back to that opposite side. Minute 14 to go. We could be seeing our second overtime ball off that backboard. CJ looking. Keeps it in a dangerous spot. Yet Ben is still able to play through that corner and sort of stop that slow setup at the end of it all. I know CJ wanted that ball to fall a little bit faster. 1 minute left of play right now. Fever, nice bump onto Ben. Will get possession, flicks it over the top of Lethal, showing off those one skills. Ben tries to disrupt, but Fever stays behind it, looking to go the distance himself. Thought he had CJ on the cross-up, but Renegades just not quite there to pull the trigger on that play. Fever put in so much work. Going to be a little bit frustrating, I feel. 40 seconds still to go. Fever again, trying to play a setup man. Gets that ball all the way to the corner. It's a meatball. Who wants it? Kami wants it. Shot will be saved by Lethal offset backboard, and that second touch actually stops the follow-through shot coming through from CJ. Zayd keeps the ball held midfield. Ben looking to steal that boost, but does not beat Kami to the play. That's one defender down. That's Fever going for the double, but no boost there. CJ underneath gets the shot as the fenders bump into each other. The Renegades are going to be looking to take game number 2, and you can see Lethal expected Fever to take the shot right there. They had seen it so many times, and instead, Lethal just kind of lands right in front of his defender. A small disaster from the defense, but a great play from the Renegades right there to give themselves that 1-goal lead. 10 seconds to go. Ball on the Mindfreak side of the pitch. Kami looking to really put the nail in the coffin. Instead, we might get our 0-second play. Lethal leading the charge, and CJ saying, no, not today. Ben can't make contact. Ball stays in the Mindfreak side. Eventually hits the ground, and we got ourselves a tied series at 1 apiece. Here we go. Hey, Mido, how you going? Good to see you. Joe Delva, oh my gosh, thank you for the raid, my man. Thank you for that raid. Absolutely appreciate that. Thank you as well for the follow, FNOCE, FNOS. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Mindfreak stream. Although currently it's Mindfreak versus Renegades, as the Renegades are kind of looking to take it over. 9 shots from CJ Schnazzy. Thank you as well for the follow. My goodness, thank you. Really greatly appreciate all of that. Am I casting the UQ High School Cup again? Yes, I am, Snazzy. Yes, I am. In fact, it started just 2 days ago. We had our first 2 games, because it's going to be 2 games a night now instead of 1 as well. And did start that up. It's back in the studio. It's good fun. I actually had a pretty crazy game between, I believe it was Maroochydore and Chisholm. And, like, that opening game. And, you know, it had, you know, pentakills, comebacks. Like, it was nutty. It was so good. So good to be back doing that high school scene. Either way, though, more action of what's in front of us right now. Zaid, deep shot. Trying to challenge CJ on the tail end of it all. Lethal's actually going to try to find Zaid, but Fever has that read out of the box. Will look to clear it forward. Second touch from Fever. Nearly squeaked it in. Not quite going to find the mark this time around. Lethal forward pass. Can't find Ben because Kami, who else would it be on the Renegades, is able to find those intercepts, able to play Disruptor. Lead to Fever. Trying to play setup, man. It's interesting. So what we're seeing from the Renegades right now, and this is going to be crucial moving forwards, very clearly defined roles. Actually, Fever is kind of being set up man. Kami is sort of returning to either third man or sort of like Mr. Disruption, getting those intercepts, getting that midfield play. And if we're going by that logic, it kind of puts CJ as man number 2, which typically was actually more where Sticky played when he was on the lineup. And that means CJ is going to have to become that dedicated striker almost. So if the Renegades are going to find success, I think a big thing to track from this team moving forward is going to be CJ's accuracy. That has been the thing that has been, you know, okay. It has been memed on in the past. It has been joked about. But when you actually take a look at CJ as a player, very, very quick, very, very strong. One of the best in our region. So I kind of want the memes to stop. I want that storyline to end for the Renegade's sake. Because CJ, if he is going to start to become that dedicated second man, that dedicated striker, he's going to have to prove that he deserves the respect of that role. And like, I just want those memes. I want that so almost narrative to be silenced. Not given to him, obviously, but through his play. So I'm going to be looking for CJ to get some absolute bangers in the near future for this team. This could be a good chance right now, in fact, but Lethal is going to be able to find that read, is going to be able to shut it down. Ben, going to be looking to chase it up a bit, gets that first touch. Actually had the reset, but Fever has the read. And that's going to be Fever taking it away. Lethal going to go ahead, steal some boost, looking to play off that backboard, gets a nice second touch, finds Ben underneath. Oh, there was a look. Not quite taken by Zaid, who, oh no, Zaid! Zaid committed left, so of course Kami's going to go right. That's going to be the goal right there. Fantastic. Enjoy my night, go get some dinner. Yeah, enjoy, dude. Get some dinner, Jodelva, and then remember to, like, after you've had it, that's probably when the RLO Masters is going to be back on that mainstream, so I'm sure you're going to be watching. What a kickoff for Ben. What exactly happened right there? Lethal just went to that challenge on the side, and Ben just drove it straight through. Well, there you go. Yeah, we're watching that one again. That one was worth a second look. Also, hey, Cotier, how you doing? Oh, you're playing in Rochdale. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And to Berserk, why is Zaid in Mindfreak? So, yeah, to Berserk, what's happened essentially is Fever is now on the Renegades, and Zaid is currently trialing, I would say, possibly going to be joining the Mindfreak lineup. Similarly, Requiem, as per usual, does have university until later in the evening. So Lethal is subbed in. So right now, the only, like, you know, more conventional Mindfreak member that we're used to seeing is Ben, kind of playing for the side against his old teammate Fever. But you also have Zaid playing against his own teammates in Mindfreak. Like, there's so many crazy things going on in this series. We're tied 1 apiece, both in this game and in the series scoreline. It's been kind of fun to watch. I have to admit, it's what I've been hoping for, as we do see Ben now playing off the side. So yeah, Zaid currently been playing a fair few games with Mindfreak. Zaid also was who played for them during the first weekend of RLCS Spring Split as well. So definitely, you know, Mindfreak Zaid could become an official thing perhaps in the near future. All speculation right now, but it's speculation based on what we're seeing in front of us as Zaid with the Mindfreak tag, with the Mindfreak clear. Couldn't quite connect on the Mindfreak pass, however, as the ball is going to bounce around in no man's land. Fever really slowing this one down, but has boost to play with. Has Kami leading the charge. Lethal does what he can to disrupt, but that is not nearly enough yet. Somehow Zaid was able to avoid Kami. And now on the breakaway on the other side, that's a big demo on CJ, but Lethal isn't going to be able to corral for the shot. Ben looking to find Zaid underneath, but Fever is able to get there first and get a fair bit of distance right now. Actually looking to take it all the way to that backboard. 52 seconds remaining. Fever doesn't win that next challenge. Ball makes its way all the way to that corner. Kami Actually going to find the back pass. CJ, that looked good. The second touch from Kami as well is just not quite accurate. Ben keeps the ball away from Kami, but passed it to CJ in the process. And that's going to be the 2-1 Renegade lead. As you see right there, Ben just desperate to try to go corner to corner, but wound up handing that ball to CJ. Fantastic heads-up play from CJ, and that's the speed I was saying that we needed to see from him. That was a very Sicky-esque play of the past, and that's the role that we're going to be looking to see CJ fill. Now, with 35 seconds remaining, Lethal gets a good chunk of distance off of Kami, but CJ playing further back is going to read it. Actually, CJ wants to show off some of his own dribble skills. He's going to be stopped by Zayd at that last possible moment. You don't want to let CJ air dribble on you. I mean, that's just never something you want. 17 seconds to go. CJ looking to pass it down to Fever. Actually looking for the double. Couldn't quite squeak it underneath. CJ tries to follow through. Doesn't get any further than that. 7 seconds remaining. Renegades still very much in possession, and it looks like the Renegades are going to walk away with a game number 3 victory. Fever with possessions is going to put it up. Kami actually looks to follow it through. CJ wanted the goal, but instead cornered it. So that's going to be game number 3. That's going to be in favor of the Renegades, who are 1 game away now from qualifying in that top 8, making it to the main event, one would say, the single elimination stage. Great comeback from the Renegades right there. This series definitely delivering thus far, and what we were hoping to see. I'm impressed with Mindfreak. I was expecting that 3-0, but was hoping to see something more akin to this. And this is a promising sign, because Ben, in particular, obviously is playing super well, but we saw a lot more of Zayd, I feel like, in that game than we had in the past. Again, mostly on defense. Zayd's very, very strong on defense. Like, I'm constantly impressed with a lot of these defensive touches and a lot of these defensive reads coming from Zayd. I still want to see that transition into a bit more offensive pressure. But, you know, getting demos like that certainly help. Off this kickoff, you would think Mindfreak would go for it, but Ben actually decided to stay back in the box, and now he's going to look to press forward, challenge in the corner. He's going to need to win it, though, if you're going to play that patient game, and is successful in doing so. I don't know how much boost Ben actually has. I think Ben ran out, unfortunately, and that could lead to a CJ fakes going for the shot. Instead, takes it to the side. Patient defense from Mindfreak, though, does lead to a couple misses from both Zayd and Lethal. Ben is going to be the one who takes it to the mid-pitch. That will buy time for both of those first defenders to try and fall back. Fever unable to get the dunk over the top of Lethal, who will now play through that corner. CJ challenges, but doesn't quite get far enough. Ball lobbed in the air. Kami with the read. Tries to find Fever underneath. Zayd able to read that play and actually gets it over the top of CJ nearly. Does get the ball to the backboard. Pass back to Lethal. No power behind that, and Kami has a relatively simple read. Ben still trying to keep that corner, but Fever is there. Off of the roof, Fever goes underneath. CJ goes for the corner setup. Zayd misses. Ben with a chance. Gets it over CJ, who was going for another one of those tight plays. Actually wraps around and gets a second kind of very ambitious touch. Great look from CJ. Nearly pays off. In the end, though, it goes to a back pass to CJ, who's actually wrapped all the way around by this stage. Doesn't make it all the way quite to that backboard. Ben had the read. Fever now lobbing it to himself. Stays over the top of Zayd. Lethal underneath. Going to try and drive it down the middle. CJ takes it away, and that's going to be a quick and easy goal right there. A nice little dunk from CJ, who was very desperate to sort of put that one through. I think CJ, in particular, he is coming into Game 4, man on a mission right now, and this is the CJ I wanted to see. This is the CJ the Renegades needed to see, and now wants to go for the double. We'll put it in. CJ is back, everybody. This is fantastic stuff. We watched this one again. Sorry, CJ, but I know you wanted to skip it, but I wanted to see that one again. That was beautiful goal from the Renegades, who are now up 2-0, 2-1 in the series. In control of their destiny. They want that free ticket to the top 8. They don't want to go to the losers bracket, where you probably have to go up against Team Process, a team that, you know, historically has been a massive thorn in the side of the Renegades. Now, they do not want any part of that. I can almost guarantee you that. Mindfreak, however, probably matches up a little bit better against Process, to be quite honest, so I think Mindfreak would be a lot more willing in that situation. Obviously, Mindfreak would rather win this right now. Shot from Zayd's not going to hit its mark, but yeah, that's where we're looking at this stage. Ball off that backboard. It's going to be caught by Ben. Won't be able to get much further than that. Lethal now. Actually tries to keep it on that corridor. Zayd will fall back. Needs a strong touch. Instead gets a strong demo. Gets CJ out of the equation. But Kami keeping it there could be something. Halfway through this game, and CJ has a chance to make it 3-0. Shot's accurate, but Ben does get behind at that last possible moment. safe defense coming from Mindfreak, but we're not seeing them convert it into counterattacks. Finally, we see that clear. But how fast can Mindfreak capitalize? They send 2, and neither get to that ball first. Zayd forced to stay back, and now it's going to feel the burn of committing 2 before. Zayd can't survive the 2v1. That's going to be a 3-0 lead for the Renegades as Fever. Look at that shot. So cheeky. So good. It's looking more and more like it's going to be the Renegades getting this win right here. 3-0 advantage. As Kami going to stick with the ball right now. Defenders do get in the way. Underneath, CJ throwing it towards the net. Off that backboard, ball bounces in a dangerous spot, but not quite in yet. Ben sort of fakes it. Kami pushes it through. CJ also off that backboard. Tries to make a read underneath. Won't be able to get too far with it. Fever now going to roll it to that corner. As we see CJ. Ooh. Bit of power behind that. Ben versus Kami. Ben comes out on top. Ben gets a second touch. Ben gets it towards the goal. Fever going to play off that backboard. Kami now looks to pass back, trying to find Zayd. But the steal is successful in doing so. Mindfreak with only 100 seconds left. They need to start putting points on the board now. This attack cannot be afforded to throw it against them. But it just takes one touch from Kami to bring it all crashing down. Fever to CJ. Somehow Lethal did enough to disrupt that and make the save. Time just such an enemy right now for Mindfreak. I don't think they're going to bring it back. Game number 4 has been all Renegades. It feels like Mindfreak hasn't gotten anything going on offense. Eventually, we do see that ball bouncing in the box. Zayd should be there, but CJ beats him to it. 2 shots in 4 minutes from Mindfreak. Less shots than goals scored against them, and that is not a good situation. Renegades step it up on match point. 1 minute remaining. They should be getting the win right here. There's the 3rd shot from Ben finally. CJ makes quite a easy save. And as the clock tick-tocks down towards 0, Renegades will be advancing. They will be getting their top 8 performance. CJ wants one more goal, but Fever will be the one who follows it up. The 4-0 lead. Definitely going to call this one right here. The dagger into the heart of Mindfreak. And their chances to advance through that winner's bracket. They will have a chance to fight through that lowers, though. I'm guessing they're going to be against Team Process. We'll have a look as soon as this game ends. But Renegades, my man, this is great for them. This really is. This could be a breakout day for the Renegades. I hope it does turn into that because OCE has missed the Renegades in 2021. I'm not afraid to say it. I think this org, because of their stature, because of what they represent, their success benefits our entire region as a whole. And I'm not necessarily speaking on the lineup. I'm speaking on an organizational side. We want the Renegades, obviously, to stay in OCE, and for that to happen, there is a level of success that is expected, I would think, from them. And that's why it's always a good thing when they do step up, why it's always a good thing when they perform. I do enjoy having the Renegades around, and a win right here means they will advance. It does mean more work for Mindfreak, though, as Fever is going to go ahead, slam that one through. 5-0 victory, 3-1 series win. Renegades will be advancing 3-1 overall. Well done. GG's across the board. And a big thank you to the follow. Awesome King. Thank you for that follow. I mean, you came just at the tail end of it all, unless you were here earlier, but you came just as the Renegades got their win and are advancing to the RLO Masters top 8. So, very good stuff to see from them in that side. Let's just take a quick look at where some of these other results are kind of hanging out right now. Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop.